Might
Hey.
a photo.
I want to go on a date. We're back with another video. This one I am really excited about.
No, continue, sorry.
This one I'm really excited about, despite how much enthusiasm I have. I'm just really tired. This is the Provari, as I'm sure you guys know of, by Provape, a very, very, very popular item. There we go. Very, very popular item on the market. They have been around for a very long time, and I decided to do a video on it. I just got this from one of my friend's friends who who just had this. He didn't want it anymore, and I am going to show you how it all works, break it down, show you everything that goes in, all that. And just letting you know, I do not have any extension caps or whatever, so this is what you are going to get with it. This is the regular, not the mini. And yeah, without further ado, let's go into close-up. Alright, so here is the Provari without a tank as it comes. So, since I got this secondhand, I do not have any boxes or anything to show you what this comes in. So we are just going to be taking a look at this, just the Provari. Okay, so first of all, let me take the battery out. Without the extension cap, this takes an 18490 battery, and I am using an AW18490 battery. So if you get the extension caps, it turns into an 18650 battery. So this is the Provari. The only part that you can take off is this bottom cap, which, as I mentioned earlier, can be replaced to an extension cap. Very, very clicky button. It's sort of like a mix between a clicky button and a soft button, but you can definitely feel when it fires. The top is pressed and glued, so you cannot take this off, and it has just, you know, normal 510 connection. It does not have any you know, Ego style threading on it, so I don't know if there's any, you know, adapters for that or anything like that. So yeah, let me just take this bottom cap off. It has a spring on the bottom of it, which, get the focus, there we go. The spring, which it works perfectly, there's nothing wrong with it. I was watching a video by P. Sardo actually, showing him going through the tour of the Provape manufacturing station, and they actually they do a lot of inspection, make sure that they don't send out any bad items, so everything that you're going to be getting is quality. And on the inside, which you can't really see, there is a CPU board in there to use with the screen right here. So there are a lot of different functions on here. Let me quickly just put the battery back in, and then I will show you all of the functions that this thing can do. So, if I show you, first of all, it blinks, it turns red. You can get different types of colors if you order it on their website. It can be green, blue, not sure what other colors. 3, 4, hold on. Okay, oh, there comes Alex. Okay,
Whoa,
so
Misty in here.
okay, so you press it 3, 4, 5 on the 5th time. Power up, blank space. Power down, blank space. On, off, blank space. And then this, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this tells you the voltage that your battery is at. That's basically your battery indicator. 4.2 is fresh, and if it goes down to 3.8, that's usually a good sign that you should replace the battery in there. But it also, the button starts blinking whenever, just blink, blink, blink every time whenever there is low battery. So, as I was saying, go back to that last setting. Then the next one is ohm readers, and there is no tank on here, so it won't read anything. And the ohms go down to 0.9, so if you want to do that, And then the LED light can be switched off. If you do that, I'm firing right now, but the LED light is off. So, next up is, just go back to power up. Sorry, never knew that. Okay, so yeah, power up, you just press and it goes up, up, and then if you want to change it to go back down, go to the power down switch and it goes back down, as you'd expect. So I'm going to put my K-Fun on here. Now we will go back out, we will vape it, talk about it, and be right back. Okay, we are back, and now time to talk about the Provari. So, I absolutely love everything about this. This is another variable voltage device. I have 3. I have this one, I have my MVP version 1, and I have my EVIC. And this is one that I keep going back to. Recently I've, gone to drippers and K-Funs on top of mechanical mods, and then I stepped away from my MVP, haven't touched it since. And I got this, and I did not think that it would be any different. I just got it to say that I had it, as bad as that sounds. But I ended up, it's now an everyday vape for me. It's this and one of the 2 mechanicals that I have, that I use as drippers. Honestly, this thing makes my K-Fun perform way better than a mechanical, because you can control the voltage. And it is one of the most durable, most efficient, and most reliable devices that I have, if not the most durable, reliable, and efficient device that I have. Talk?
Well, I like the Provari. I do. I think it's a useful device. I think it's pretty standard and pretty easy. I mean, there's a reason why it's well selling and why they're so firm on prices, because everyone wants it and it sells well. For me, I wouldn't get one just because I have no use for it. If you're more of someone that likes to enjoy a juice, for me, I like drippers. I like using them on mods. For me, if you're very precise, if you're into vaping, like more so than I am, and you're very meticulous with how you vape, and you want more stability. I mean, it's the same reason why people get DNA 30s. That's how I view it.
Well,
although very different, it's still the same reason why each of them there's reasoning to get each.
Yes, I mean, the thing about the Provari is it can be used with anyone. And, different people have different uses for it. Personally, I use this on my K-Fun. K-Fun is known for having one of the best flavor producer tanks out there. And there are a bunch of other people who use a Pro tank on a Provari, who use even drippers that are at high ohms. But the way that I do it, I like it with my K-Fun. A lot of DNA. The reason why people get DNA 30s, however, is because they want one device which can do anything. There's they put drippers on DNA 30s that are down to 0.6 or something like that, and then they can use it as well as put a K-Fun on it, and it would still work. Personally, I think the Provari is just one of the most durable, and that's what makes it sell. It has, I think, a 10-year warranty or something like that.
Yeah,
and they hold up to that. I know people who have a Provari that got it back when they first started their company, and they still use it, they still have it. There's nothing wrong with it other than a few scratches from dropping it. There's never been an issue with one from what I've seen. A few people, get defective ones, but that's normal in any company, whether you get an e-cig product or a phone or anything. You're always going to have a defective product. But those are very rare, especially in this company, because of every step that they take when they make these products. They make sure that everything that comes their way is perfect to their standards, even above their standards, And I personally absolutely love the Provari. There's honestly nothing wrong with it from what I've seen. There's not really much else to say.
As much as I don't have one, as much as I really don't need one or want one, if I were in a situation where I actually wanted to just have something where I could accentuate juice flavor, I would get a Provari and then have probably a K-Fun on it. I'm not going to lie. Provari is very nice. It's very durable, just like Tommy said. It lasts pretty long. It's perfect for someone who wants to know what they're vaping, how they're vaping, and just be, like I said, meticulous about it. I mean, when someone has a mod like this, like an Enzonic with a dripper on top, you're getting someone that either wants the cloud production, which I'm someone that got into this not because he was a smoker, but because it's fun, I think, and it's a hobby of mine. So I'm getting into it for cloud production and flavor. And with that, in the Provari, you get that. I mean, you don't get the cloud production with certain tanks. There are those tanks where you can on that. But with the situation that we're discussing right now, you're doing it because you want... I'm running in circles.
It's just reliability, really. I mean, like, the thing with Alex is he doesn't use tanks. Like, he just uses drippers, which is why he has no need for this. But if he was to use tanks, like, this would be the thing that anybody would go for.
That would be my ideal.
Now, the thing about the MVP and the EVIC, for example, let me pull out my EVIC for a second. Okay, I haven't used this in forever.
The beater.
Yeah, this ring on top is supposed to come off. It's supposed to. It's a cover in case you wanted to use an Ego-style threading on this because it has that. It doesn't come off anymore because this device got too hot and melted the glue to it. That doesn't happen with the Provari. Like, this thing cost me $100. The Provari costs about $200, I believe. Now, if you were, like... If you're going to go into variable voltage, even though it's $100 more than the EVIC, you won't have any of those issues with it.
You get a 10-year warranty. That just shows you you're paying...
How confident they are that these things will last.
You're paying for quality.
Yeah. And if you want a device, a variable voltage device, that will last you your entire vaping career, I suggest going for the Provari. There is nothing else out there that lasts that long. The DNA 30s... they're very good, but they are also a bit flimsy because, you know, it's the DNA 30 chip. It's not like one company makes DNA 30s, but if you put if you, like the Hanamod's DNA 30, it's made out of aluminum, and if you drop it, it dents, and there's nothing, you know, like if you don't mind that, or if you're very careful, then it's not that big of an issue, you know? But yeah, overall, Provari gets an absolute 10 out of 10, no doubt on my mind, an 11 out of 10. I absolutely love this. Whenever I go out, I use this. I don't bring my drippers out usually because when I'm out, I'm usually driving and I don't drip and drive. It's very stupid. You get into a lot of accidents with that. And I use my K-Fun and I'm set. You know, the whole day works fine. Battery usually lasts an entire day for me, even though it gets down to a low battery. If this was a mechanical mod, you would replace it faster because they would start, you know, the battery life would start going down, and there's nothing to protect the voltage from staying constant. Unlike the Provari, where the voltage stays constant and the battery just drains faster as it goes down because you're pushing out you know, bigger amounts of voltage. So this usually lasts me a whole day, sometimes 3/4 of a day, depending on what I'm doing. But I am getting the extension caps soon, just so I can use the abundance of 18650 batteries that I have. So yeah, 11 out of 10. And this is the Provari by Provape, and this device has just been citrused.